Hey folks, welcome to Funniest People You've Never Heard of. I'm your host Peter with Todd.
Hey everyone.
Holy cow, today we have a very special episode.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like in the 80s and the 90s.
Exactly. Jovita Trujillo, she is a comedian and journalist and just overall spectacular person.
Yeah. No, she was great. We covered some serious topics that we probably don't in any other episode, but she's hilarious in talking about some of the stuff she's dealt with in her past, which one allows us to laugh along with her, but also shows that tragedy leads to comedy, which we all knew, which is why we're here.
And, if you want to be fully covered on everything Funniest People, you got to check us out on Patreon. Make sure to check us out on Patreon for exclusive content and things that you don't always get on the YouTubes and the Spotify and Apple podcasts. Todd, where can the people find us on Patreon?
Yeah, go to patreon.com/funniestpeoplepod. The first tier, it's $5. You get a ton of extra stuff, extra content from each episode. Our live show stuff is up there. We need your money. We need to... Peter, has his own dressing room. He demands Fiji water.
I demand it.
Yeah, he's a big diva.
And I demand more respect.
Respect is
overall.
earned. We all know that. But speaking of respect,
hey,
I respect Bamco.
Whoa, Bamco!
Bamco has been an awesome sponsor to us so far this season. Hope you got your hoodie that they made for us on sale on Instagram. If you're a company or business that needs merchandise for your clients or to promote yourself, you go to bamco.net.
Bamco!
And check out everything they have there. Speak to a salesperson. They're going to set you up with amazing merchandise at a price that your company can afford.
Sweet hats. And this is a sweet episode. Please enjoy this Funniest People You've Never Heard of episode with Jovita. Damn, that's crazy. Well,
yeah, I know. It's hard.
Well,
I'm
good
going
for
to
you.
Coachella like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes. Leggings, I guess?
No, I'm rocking this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is Funniest People You've Never Heard of. I'm Peter. Oh, my gosh. Today, our guest is a very funny, the one and only California's favorite daughter, Jovita Trujillo.
It's so true. I get that all the time.
Yeah. Do people give you nicknames that you don't want?
That I don't want, not necessarily, but I'm used to you know what? Middle school and high school was rough. People call me Horvita.
Oh, no.
Or Ho-Vita. Yeah. But I mean, it makes you stronger.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I was, Peter Pumpkin Eater and Pickled Peppers and stuff like that.
They hit you with a lot of alliteration.
Yeah. Anything. But, whatever. It does make you stronger.
It makes you stronger, yeah.
Gosh, that's what's it. Tell me this. Being from California, at what point in your life were you like, hey, I got to make it down to Los Angeles?
Oh, okay. So I went to school at UC Santa Barbara and I studied sociology.
Okay.
And I was like, what do I want to do with my life? I'm studying sociology.
Right.
And I learned about power and social capital. And I remember thinking Justin Bieber could solve global warming if he wanted to. He has so much social capital.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a long-winded story.
No, yeah. Hit me with it. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't do it.
He's having a sick crash out right now, though.
That's on his shoulders.
Wait, okay, sidetrack.
Right?
Did you guys see he posted a story and it was trying to FaceTime Stevie Wonder and it was this fool never sees my FaceTimes?
That's very funny. Do you think he did that intentionally?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing too.
I think Bieber can be sneaky funny. We wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Right?
He is I feel like he's a little, he has to be a genius too, right? Baby.
All right, slow down.
I think so. I think he's a genius.
Is Bieber a genius because he rhymed baby with baby?
I mean, his songs slap.
Oh, they do.
A musical genius.
Okay. Have you been to a Bieber concert?
No, I wish.
You could have been. If you went, you could have been the one less lonely girl.
I literally dreamed of that.
Being the one less lonely girl?
Was he your number one crush?
He was. But kind of when he's a couple years younger than me. But yeah, no, he was my crush.
And that's a lot of pressure on him to solve global warming in
know.
your head.
Okay.
You're like, I love him so much that he'll cure the planet for me.
Well, when I had that theory, he was already like, what, 20? I think he could have done it. So I was like...
It's not too late, JB.
It's not too
like,
late.
go
You
for
can
it.
do
Yeah.
it. You can do it. And I remember hearing this theory in class about how like everyone is an actor in some way on this world. Like we have the stage, like right now we're on a stage, and we like dress the way that we dress for where we are. We interact with certain people based on their characters and who they are to us. So like I'm not going to talk to you the same way I talk to like my boss, or I'm not going to talk to like the bodega person the same way I talk to like my best friend. Like we all have these roles. And then we have like our backstage where you can like truly be yourself that a lot of people don't get to see. And that like clicked something really big for me. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be an actor. And I was like, I've been acting like my whole life. Like my whole life has been like filled with trauma. Like, and I've turned to comedy and like put this face on to like make other people like laugh and feel better and like not feel bad for me. And I'm going to like go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's
when
what I did.
What year was that?
I graduated in July 2014, and I was in LA by September of that same year, and like had an audition booked that next day.
Good for you.
And I had no idea what I was doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's so exciting. What was what was some of the trauma that you're talking about that kind of led you to the comedy that you do?
Well, my big one is my mom died like 5 days after my 16th birthday.
Oh, gosh.
By suicide, which is like a big one.
Wow.
It's real big. It's a big heavy hitter.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And then
that's a big way to die.
She really went for it. And she's a Virgo.
Drama queen.
Exactly. And a Virgo, so like it was one and done, perfect, like nailed it. I have a friend who had a friend who was on a first date in San Diego, and a guy literally jumped off of a building and landed on her and killed her and not himself.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that is the most guy fucking shit to do.
That is such a man thing.
Yeah.
As if women don't have enough weight on their shoulders.
Literally, exactly. And it was like her first date with this man.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is a screenplay. The guy that tried to kill himself and that guy fell in love.
Yes. Oh, that would be beautiful,
Isn't that
actually.
beautiful?
Yeah. Because I mean, how do you come back from that?
I don't know. I don't know. Also, if anyone's struggling, call 988 suicide prevention hotline.
There is help. There is help out there for you.
But what the help that you found was through comedy.
Yeah.
And you really dove into that at like what sounds like a really young age, like
Yeah.
16.
Like,
so
yeah.
growing up in Prunedale, what does that mean for you to do comedy?
I mean, I definitely wasn't doing it like
Yeah.
it was more just like with my friends, with my family. Like my family is so dark. Like that's how we've gotten through everything. Like,
cool.
And then my friends also started losing their parents. So then all of a sudden it was like, wait, we're just like in this dead parents club, and like now we can like relate to each other. But I like remember the first thing that made me laugh after my mom died, and like the first thing that made me laugh the next day, and it's just been like my way of healing, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then the things that make you laugh and the things that you do that make other people laugh. That's a good gift to share with everybody. And you're on a all-female sketch team, and you guys get to travel a bit, right? What's it like taking some of those ideas that might be funny to you and your family, but maybe a little darker, and then like pitching them to say a writer's room or the group at large? Like, are they like, okay, here comes the dark stuff, or what?
So like our sketch group is called Women of Color Anonymous. So like it's very like, as you can tell by the name, like we're just like, we're women of color. So we're really like wanted to tackle radical ideas. Like we weren't afraid to tackle politics or like things that would make maybe like our white audience members feel uncomfortable. Cause it was like, as long as you leave here, like kind of learning something.
Oh, cool.
Like we've had Black women tackle like police brutality, and like, obviously that's not really funny, but they somehow would like make it.
Wow.
So one of my first sketches I remember us doing, because again, for some reason, like 5 out of 8 of these sketch group members all had dead moms. So we wrote a sketch.
You met at the group meeting.
Yeah, we were like,
what the
wait,
heck?
what do you mean your mom's dead? Like, your mom's dead, your mom's dead. And like all pretty equal traumatic ways. Like one was like, she died of AIDS. I'm like, well, mine died of suicide. Like, yeah, I've actually been thinking about like how I could incorporate like in stand-up, like if anyone in this room can like top the way that my mom died, like I'll give you like $20 or something.
Goodness, yeah.
I think if
It's
you
not a
show you can
competition.
laugh at it, it allows everyone else to
Right?
have that.
Yeah.
So we had a sketch that
Is it a competition?
everything's a competition.
I get, yeah, with you, I
seen
guess.
these
yeah.
bruises?
I know, yeah. You got bruises on your legs from riding a mechanical bull at a 9-year-old's birthday party. That's not a lie,
No,
right?
it's not. It's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
And, if you get a mechanical bull for a 9-year-old's birthday, just get him the stripper pole, okay?
No, I honestly, like maybe for her 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good exercise, Okay, so you come together and you find that, most of these members embrace, your sketch group embrace, dark humor.
Yeah, so we had like a sketch that was called the Dead Moms Club, and it was like a parody of the Mickey Mouse Club. So we came out with like the Dead Moms Club, jean jackets, like hair things, and we did like this whole song like as a parody of the Mickey Mouse Club. And like maybe that only like did stuff for us, but
Sure. Yeah, that's funny because in a lot of ways comedy can be cathartic and, that's our word of the day, cathartic. And, but comedy is therapy, but also therapy is therapy.
Yeah.
And, what gets you to a place where you can, pitch these ideas or execute these ideas, outwardly rather than, kind of let these feelings kind of control you a little bit. That must be a long journey for you.
Right. I mean, therapy.
anybody.
Like,
Yeah.
I love therapy. I was in it after my mom passed, and then I took a few years off of it. And then in 2020, I went back and have been like every other week. I'm with Christiana. I love her like so much, and she's also hilarious. And then I think having like more sane members that can like kind of reel you in, or be like, hey, like I know this, but like maybe we can just tweak this a little bit. Like it's good having people that are like that makes me a little uncomfortable, but like too much.
Right.
And
That's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice to be around people that are honest in that way.
Yeah. Which is like kind of just a thing in general, like especially when I talk about the way like my mom died to people. Like sometimes people ask, they're like, so how did she die? And I'm like, and I tell them, and then they're like, oh my God, like, and like they're the ones having the reaction. I feel like I have to be like, I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, you asked though.
Yeah. How'd she do it?
Oh, so I told you she went big. So she hung herself like by my Tria house.
Traditional.
Yeah,
old school.
very traditional. She like my dad basically built like the perfect like guillotine for her. Like not on purpose. We had like a zip line. No, wait, I just said guillotine. She did not chop her head off.
Yeah.
Wait, the guillotine's not chopping your head off?
Yes,
Or
it
is
is.
that
It is.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
no
If your
head-
dad had built a guillotine, that might be a...
Yeah, we might have to reopen
A
this
sign.
case.
No
that's-
heads were chopped off in the making of this suicide.
Sure. But if I cross you, I'm sure you could,
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd do
No,
that.
it was like a zip line, and we had like it was like the rope that we would like swing on and like have fun with.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she was like made it her own.
Yeah, welcome to the darkest people you've never heard of. Yeah, well, wow, that's wild. I will never look at a zip line the same way again.
Or
I
a rope
imagine-
swing.
Or rope
Be
swing,
like
yeah.
literally
Or a guillotine.
Yeah,
Or
or
a
a
guillotine.
guillotine. Like I'm telling you.
Protect your neck.
Especially if it's around a Virgo, because she will figure out how to make a noose.
Are you Virgo?
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
What? Me too.
Really? What day?
December 20th.
Oh my God, mine's December 4th.
Whoa, okay, cool.
Did you never get Christmas presents then because you were so close to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? My mom is 5 days after Christmas, and I'm 5 days before Christmas. So she kind of got it. And growing up, she worked part-time at Toys R Us, which was really nice.
That's nice.
It was like, cool. And I got like a Sega Genesis because like Biggie rapped about Sega Genesis. And I was like, heck yeah, that's pretty
Sega Genesis were sick.
Why do you bring up Virgos?
Because Virgos are like perfectionist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and like and I'm telling you,
And she was a Virgo.
everything was perfect in that execution. Like nobody knew.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anybody that has any sort of remote knowledge of astrology, I'm like, okay, what should, we got to know about it.
Yeah.
For you, do you, on top of the therapy, do you like read the star charts and like go into that stuff or not really?
I do if I'm like crushing on someone.
Okay, sure.
Because I have to like ask ChatGPT like how to get them.
Right.
And be like, what?
That's what you'll do?
Yeah, I did recently.
That's what girlfriends are for, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
but
Or
yeah, I
friends?
guess so. I did ask my gay friend, and he warned me a lot, or not warned me. He gave me some hot tips on one of them recently. And then
So yeah, what happened? You were crushing on somebody.
Yeah.
And you asked ChatGPT, how do I?
I was like, how do you get this sign? Or
Yeah.
like, what do they like? And they're like,
Yeah.
don't be available, but not like too available. Like, they gave me some really hot tips, which
Really?
did seem to work actually.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what was their sign? Do you remember?
I don't know if I want to say it out
Sure,
loud because
sure,
then he's
sure,
gonna know I'm
okay.
talking about him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah. That's
So
what I
this
was
is
asking
a
about.
still ongoing courting process.
It is.
Oh.
But I mean,
Yes.
I guess I courted because
You consummated the courtship. Yeah,
Nice.
whatever it is.
but I'm still not too available.
You know what? You got to let somebody in at some point, okay?
That's true, that's true.
Let the guard down. And you also work with Hola.
Yes.
Hola USA? Mm-hmm. And so tell everybody about that.
So I am an entertainment journalist for Hola. So I cover a lot of like celebrities, entertainment, lifestyle. I do a lot of our like red carpet coverages. So I've covered like the Oscars, the Golden Globes.
Cool.
Hola, hola, soy Jovita Trujillo, and we are here at Netflix's To Doom event 2025. This is a global experience dedicated to fans. We are going to get sneak peeks of some of their biggest shows and movies. And yes, Ben Affleck is in the building. Stay tuned to Hola's coverage, and let's give you a little sneak peek of what's inside.
And I've also seen you, correct me if I'm wrong, you do like, not press junkets, but like.
No, it's press.
Okay, it's a press.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so basically, tell people what that is because it's like if you're covering a movie.
Yeah.
And, there's a big poster there, and then you're in a small room, and then the stars come in.
Yes.
And, what's that experience like?
So
for
it's
you?
very interesting because right now, in particular, like they are like kind of like really abusing these actors. I mean, it's part of their job, but like they'll stick them in a room for like 8 hours and have just like a rotating disc of outlets coming in.
Oh, so they stay in the room and you go in.
Yeah, and we
Oh,
have like
interesting.
5 minutes. Sometimes I'll go in and they're like, "You have 4 minutes." And I'm like, "Okay, like."
You're like, how do I get to know Jack Quaid in 4 minutes?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me like figure out right now like which of my questions are going to be like the ones I can write an entire story about.
Yeah.
So unless you get them like at the top of the day, like if it's like 3:34, like they have talked to like 30 outlets probably, and they're all asking the same question, which is like what I try to not do. Like, I go in there and like whenever
Ask about suicide.
Exactly. I'm like, when have you almost done it? And I like really think about my questions and I try and like, so whenever I see an actor be like, or like, I haven't, then I'm like, oh, finally, like things are working and I'm making them think about something that no one else has asked. But it's exhausting for them. So I go in and the first thing I'm saying is like, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Like, and because I know that you are exhausted. And that usually gives them like a little, like, thank you.
That's beautiful and like very thoughtful because I imagine going in there, there's a lot of pressure to create a viral moment.
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
whatever sort of questions you have to ask, has to spark this like, oh my gosh, I don't know what, like some big moment. What's an interview that stood out for you that maybe didn't get a lot of attention, but you just like loved? Or something that was like a fun time.
My all-time favorite interview is with Gerard Butler because like I love that man. Call me.
Yeah.
He is like
Sure.
my first like like that. He's my first like man that I remember falling in love with like when I was a young teen.
Yeah.
So and I interviewed him on my birthday, like 2 weeks after my dad died. So it would all see. I know my dad's dead too.
Is it me? Am I? I'm so sorry. Am I doing this?
No, I was an orphan
She's in a
before
safe
I came
space.
here.
She
My
feels it.
Goodness.
Yeah. But
great.
it is part of why the story was like so epic
Right.
because
Well,
I was like, okay, my dad just died, but now I'm interviewing Gerard Butler like on my birthday. Like I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, I don't even have to work on my birthday, okay? I usually have the day off, but I was like, I have to do this interview. Gerard, my 16-year-old self is screaming right now, so you were my birthday gift. So, to the film. I think that this is one of like the best crime heist films that I've seen, so congratulations.
Wow. I love, well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. I love that you said it's a platonic love story because when I read our production notes in my EPK interview, I said it's a love story. But when you just get quoted as saying it's a love story and they leave it at that, when you read it back, you go, oh my God,
Yo,
that
thanks,
sounds
Gerard.
weird. So I haven't brought it up again, and this is our third day of press, and I haven't said it's like a love story until you said it. it. So you reminded me that that's exactly how I saw it. It is kind of a love story.
But do you still love, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, or is it a little boring now?
No, I still love it. I think it's
I love
lot
award
of-
shows. Award shows are fun.
Yeah, the award shows are fun of it all. And like, I think also just really, like I said, like wanting to go in there and being like, I'm going to ask this question and like, hopefully no one else has asked it and like that they're going to get excited about it. So I kind
Yeah.
of make it my own little like game to just try and
Yeah.
get deep. And like, I interviewed Matthew McConaughey for Sing 2 and it was like somehow like a really deep interview because I was
Whoa.
like, I have like 4 minutes with this man. Like it's about Sing 2. Like, let's try and get somewhere with you.
It's kind of like an art form because you're trying to get this person to open up in a quick manner and be relatable and nice and kind to them, and that's a challenge in and of itself.
I was most proud of you when.
I was most proud of him when he became a U.S. citizen.
Woo!
Whoa.
And I was most proud of you when you did your own East LA, born in East LA.
And thank you so much for playing this game with me.
Oh, thank you.
It would be. My dad would be so proud of me talking to you guys.
Oh.
I have my dad's vinyl.
Oh, yeah,
Would you
sure.
be signing it for me?
Absolutely.
Are the red carpets as fun as they look on
No,
TV?
the red carpet is like kind of a dying art right now because like a lot of, I think in my opinion, a lot of celebrities aren't media trained except for, like the super A-listers and like the new ones that are coming up in their mind, like they don't need the red carpet, like their social media, like they have, all they need to do is like hit the big outlets, like the people, the like Entertainment Tonight, like the ones that they're like, these are the ones you have to go on. But there's literally like 100 outlets on these carpets, like just stuffed together like little like pigs. And we're just like begging and like screaming for these people to come and talk to us. And
Yeah.
like most of the time they're not, unless we have like some personal connection with them or like if I've interviewed them at a different press junket and I can like hold up a sign and be like, like come here, like. But a lot of the times it just turns into like getting clips for socials now. So it's me
Yeah.
screaming at them like whatever I can, like the funniest things I can, just to make them look and like give us a little wave so that we can like slow-mo it and put it on our socials and then hopefully get like however 100,000s of views from it. But in
Yeah.
terms of getting like actual, except at the Golden Globes, who's like really good at doing it is kind of these like older Hollywood stars because I think they respect it.
Oh, cool. Like
Nicole Kidman, she went around and stopped at every single one.
That's
she was
incredible.
only giving you like 30 seconds, but you had one question to ask her and she really did her whole round. And like Pamela Anderson too, she did the same thing. And then I was at a red carpet recently and like Danny DeVito also did it. He like went through and gave us nothing, but he at least walked through and like let you like ask
Waved
him that
at
one
everybody.
question. He was
Oh,
like,
nice.
that's too hard. And like would just keep going. But like in terms of these like newer ones, these newer A-listers, like they're not, I think it's also they're afraid of getting clipped. They're afraid of like what's gonna get asked. Like
Right.
especially right now in this climate, like one bad thing and you can get like canceled. So it is
Yeah.
very interesting to navigate. It's tricky.
So where do you find yourself and your comedy on stage in terms of like in the spectrum of Austin and that scene to like dry bar where you've got to be like squeaky ultra clean? Like where do you find yourself falling, and do you aim for a certain direction?
My comedy is pretty dirty, and it's pretty out there. I'm not like saying like the R word or anything.
Sure. Gen Z brought it back.
Dude, they really
Right?
did. Like
Yes.
all of a sudden.
We've had guests on this show that are like, "Rah, rah, rah," and I'm like, oh.
I cut it out because I'm a millennial.
yes.
I'm holding on to the small power I have.
Yeah.
No,
why?
they
Yeah.
totally brought it back.
And yeah, they brought back other words that I thought Lizzie McGuire got rid of as well. Like in a negative way.
Yes.
But you're okay. So, but you're dirty, but you're not, dropping slurs.
Yeah,
We're gonna call it a slur.
I'm not dropping
Okay.
slurs.
No.
Like I have one joke that's like, I guess I did bring up like people being on, but it's true. I had one joke about like how it's really hard for me to find porn because like I hate bad acting.
You hate bad.
And like I'm an empath, so I know when they're really not into it. And
That's same. That's a Sagittarius in us.
Yes,
Yeah. I get it.
Exactly.
I get it, my sister. Yeah.
And then like I don't like ugly people. And so, like, that's really hard. And then when I'm looking through the titles, like, I like to read, I write. So I'm looking through these titles and I'm like, okay, maybe this one looks good. Like, they have a couple of like 6 7s on screen. Maybe
This
we could work
potential,
this.
yeah.
And then it's like stepmom. It's like all like borderline incestual or like pedophilic. It's like
Right.
stepmom, like rails, like stepson that may or may not be on the spectrum.
People at home are like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that
Yeah,
one."
Peter
Like, "Oh,
sent
that's
that
good."
to me.
I mean, that's quite a challenge.
Yeah.
To navigate around those words as well.
Yeah, but like that's how
for
far
you.
I'll go in terms of like making fun of
Right.
like getting
right.
too trigger, like spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know. When you're doing stand up and stuff like that, is it a lot more like autobiographical? Because I imagine in your life, as you've shared with us today, you have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. 2 of my main stories are definitely like family stuff and like things that are, I haven't really touched on my mom yet. It's mainly been like my dad. Cause again, I think suicide's a tricky one to navigate.
Yeah.
I do have some jokes that I think I'll bust out at some point,
Sure.
but I'm still workshopping them. But yeah, a lot of them are my own like autobiographical things and then current events that'll somehow still tie in. So like obviously right now, like just if you're brown, you can get deported.
Yeah.
So I have one joke that's like I'll look at the Latinos and be like, see a lot of Latinos in the crowd, like, just like, if ICE rolls up, like,
Yes.
I stole a Tesla, we can escape in, 'cause you can get away with anything. And then my next segue is like, speaking of getting rid of Mexicans, like my dad recently died.
Nice
Dude,
transition.
that is such a big swing. People don't realize how big of a swing that is. And by that, I mean, it could go really well or very poorly. And it could be go very poorly for you for the next 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's been working so far. Because then I hit them with like, please hold your applause.
I did a show and it was a all Mexican audience. All Mexican
Oh,
audience.
that sounds like a dream.
What I found is they love getting roasted, like heavy. And I was just like, oh, okay, great. This is awesome. Like, is that how you would kind of approach it?
I have not had the privilege of having an all Mexican audience,
Okay.
but because a lot of my stuff too, I touch on things like immigration, especially my jokes that I have, like they're about like kind of because my parents are immigrants, so I have jokes that like
Were.
Or yes, were R.I.P. So I have jokes that are like about the immigrant story that like like how immigrants never have Tupperware. Like that's something that like all immigrants can understand and get. And like if I'm like it flappers and like half the room is white, they're like, oh, what do you mean? Like they don't buy Tupperware. So
Yeah.
it's just like when you're coming at it with like my Mexican perspective, it's just a lot easier to get that laughs from like Latinos that get it.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend that once was like, because I use my dishwasher for storage.
That's very.
And she was
Yes.
like, she was like, that is the most, diverse thing about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God. And then she was like, and I can tell you don't have a dad because you leave the refrigerator door open while you're doing something else. And I'm like, geez, what is
She sounds
thank-
That
lovely.
is so
She's-
specific.
Yeah, I know. Interestingly enough, Todd works in reality and we talk about it all the time. In fact, he encourages
Reality
me to.
TV, not just general reality.
I think I saw a clip. You used to be a producer on The Bachelor, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. People
How do
know.
you feel, Mexicans are, depicted on reality shows?
Are we? Like
Yeah, there's not enough of them. Yeah, not real. I mean,
yeah, I can't
very
even.
rarely,
like,
right?
Like, have we ever had a Mexican bachelorette?
No. Is it time?
Yeah, maybe.
Whoa.
They can be on the Golden Bachelorette.
Nicole, yeah. You're looking for
You feel free to look into camera 3 and give us your pitch.
Hi, I'm Jovita Trujillo. I'm a 32-year-old single Mexican-American, first-generation comedian, ready to find the love of my life. Maybe we can have some fun. Maybe we can have our dream wedding in Cancun. But I'm ready to really just settle down and get a lot of followers and eventually split up and break up and divorce. But at least, yeah.
And don't forget those diarrhea gummies.
Yeah. Oh, and I can cook.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
You know,
And
actually,
yeah.
you'd be great because once you got your one-on-one date, they always go to the dinner, and that's where the person has to reveal their trauma stories.
Oh
So
my God.
You've got that locked and loaded.
I would have the best
What?
trauma
How could they not give you a
one-on-one.
rose after that?
Oh,
right?
you're so
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Wow, and you could save that for the 2-on-1.
Oh my
As long
God,
as he
and then-
doesn't take you
yes.
zip lining.
That's so true. And then each date they find out that there's like a dead parent. Like the first one, they find out about the mom, and then they're like, "Oh my God, her dad's dead too."
Then that's how you get on The Bachelor. And I don't know if you're looking for an older guy, but Golden Bachelor, whatever.
Yeah.
But then you become the Bachelorette because of that amazing story.
Exactly.
Well, you could go on the Golden Bachelorette because all their parents are also dead. So
Yeah.
you have that in common.
And also, I'm 32. Isn't that like too old to be on the normal Bachelorette?
I'll tell you this. That would qualify you, because we did talk about porn. That would qualify you as MILF. Mm-hmm. But I don't think so. That's not real MILF. Like back in the 2000s, like we had real, like, you know, Jennifer Coolidge, you know, that's
That's how
true.
I know I'm old. All the porn stars I liked in my 20s are now under the MILF category.
liked.
Have to adjust.
Yes, exactly. Okay, 2 things before we take off here. One, do you have anything special coming up that you want to tell everybody about, and can you share your social media so people can find you?
Yes. My social media is Horchata Minaj.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Horchata, like the drink, Minaj, like the person. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram.
Okay, final thing before we go, is there someone you think we should feature on this program that we haven't yet?
Oh, I have an incredible friend named Diosa. Her name's Christian Berio, but her Instagram is Diosa Enojado, and she is an incredible comedian, incredible improviser. She's like one of the people I reached out to go over my set with me. So yeah, she's amazing.
Great. Oh my God.
Colombian too, so you can keep this diversity train going. Oh, and her dad's dead.
Oh,
So,
isn't that nice?
Yeah. You can
Wow.
keep this dead parent
Perfect.
train
We can't wait
going.
to bring that up.
Yeah, you know what? I'll come out to a meeting, and I'll just kind of round up all the comedians.
Yeah,
I imagine they're all
exactly.
comedians. Well, Jovita, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Todd, anything from the outfield?
Just want to say thank you for sharing your energy with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing both
That's
of
a
your
call
energy
back
with
in
me
that.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
you
beautiful.
got it.
it was
Wow,
beautiful.
thanks,
Now
Todd.
I know how it feels. It is touching.
Well, thank you so much, folks. Thanks so much for joining us today on Funniest People You Never Heard of. For more exclusive content, visit us on Patreon, but we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Funniest People You've Never Heard of is a production of Toby or Not Toby Productions. Executive producer, Todd Fields. Producer and host, Peter Murphy. Studio space provided by Third Wheel. Theme song written and performed by Justin Fields. Sponsored by Bamco, more than just merch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and find us on Patreon for exclusive content.